All right, all right. Back to another mini training, mindfulness and state awareness. I'm Wayne Sutton coming to you from Inner Compass Coaching, lifecoachlifestyle.com. Just follow us, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, be sure to get all of our content. And if you want to know how to become a certified coach or how to build a multiple six-figure business as a coach, then go over to lifecoachlifestyle.com, and I look forward to seeing you there. So let's jump in. We're going to have a great call today. We're going to go through some great information. And again, I'm doing these trainings in 10 minutes or less. So if you want the full training, then you need to jump into our coaching program. So we're going to talk about mindfulness and state awareness, how to master the inner game. Last week, we talked about how to coach with states, eliciting, anchoring, amplifying resourceful energy. So today, we're going to go into the art of observing states as they arise so clients can master them instead of being controlled by them. Awareness is the first step to transformation. You can't change what you can't see. Let me say that again. Awareness is the first step to transformation. You can't change what you can't see. So let's talk about mindfulness. Now, mindfulness, there's whole coaching programs on that, and there's so much on that. I'm going to give you the one-sentence statement of one-sentence definition. Non-judgmental awareness of the present moment. Non-judgmental awareness of the present moment. So this applied to coaching, it helps clients notice thought patterns before reacting. It creates a space between stimulus and response. And what does that do? It builds resilience, calm, and clarity. Mindfulness is the bridge between, I guess you would say, the inner compass techniques and everyday mastery. So why does it matter? Well, clients often act unconsciously from habitual states. We see something, we hear something, and we act unconsciously because of habits, because of patterns. It could be fear, doubt, overwhelm. Awareness lets them catch the state before it hijacks their behavior. And then you can name it, frame it, change it, okay? So, for example, I notice tension, or I notice racing thoughts, or I notice that I'm becoming more and more calm. How you label an emotion will determine how you react to the emotion. Are you with me? So how do we do this? I had to do it today. I had to catch myself. I was at an event, and a little bit of energy wasn't like I wanted it to be. And I had to, what I call a 3-breath reset. And pause, take 3 slow breaths. That's 1, do 3. And then say, okay, what state am I in right now? And the state I was in was not conducive, it was not productive. Okay, I had to notice it. This is the state I'm in. Okay, now I'm observing the emotion, not being in the emotion. Are you with me? I've shifted from being to observing and going, okay, cool. Then I was able to shift my thoughts. What could I have done? I could have fired an anchor like we talked about on previous videos. But notice where I feel calm. Breathe it in, then fire an anchor if you want to do mindful anchoring. So what I had to go back is like, okay, I had to reframe that this morning. I had to reframe this situation. What else could this mean? How could I see this in a better perspective? And once I did, I was able to shift it. Okay. And again, we talked about timeline therapy. You can have clients actually float above in their mind's eye, their present state, observing it on their timeline. This gives perspective and choice. Again, we're separating ourselves so we recognize it. We're aware, we observe the emotion, not become the emotion. Are you with me? How do we use this in coaching? Well, for your stress management for leaders, mindful pauses before decisions, which is very important. Okay. Then emotional eating, noticing urges as sensations, not commands. Relationship coaching, pause before reacting in conflict. Performance coaching, using breath awareness to reset before a presentation. So here's what I want you to do. Something simple. Next time you notice an emotion, I want you to pause 3 times. Or pause and breathe in. I want you to practice this 3 times a day. Even if you're just going through normal activity, pause. Check your state. And then for 1 week, journal your dominant states and their triggers. Okay. And then when you're working with your next client, Invite them to pause, breathe, name their current state, and then shift it. Are you with me? When clients learn mindfulness, they stop being victims of their states and become masters of them. And so can you. Okay. So hit that subscribe button. Next week, we're going to go in more to coaching with physiology, how body language, posture, and movement can instantly shift emotional states. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And I look forward to seeing you in there. Again, go to lifecoachlifestyle.com, pick up your book, and I'll see you on the inside.